Hello everyone, welcome back to Money Intelligence with Coach Bree. Today we're going to be talking about some small business ideas. Yes, so this was requested by one of my clients, okay? And so I thought this would be a good podcast to just speak to it because it's not the first time I've had this request, okay? So whether you're in need of some extra money or maybe you're wanting to build a new startup or a new business, I'm going to give you business ideas, and these are going to be based off of proven success and what I've seen with my clients and my business peers and within the business networking world. So all ideas are the perfect fit for anyone looking to increase income or try to be successful in a new business, right? So we'll talk about potential income of each one of these. Try to give you a little bit of how to get started, and I'm gonna always tell you how to have lasting success in any business. Remember, comment below. Tell me what ideas you're thinking about pursuing. It's holding you back. It's making you want to get started, right? Chat with me. I that's one of my favorite parts, having that communication and just chatting with me and give me your ideas and I'll give you mine, right? If you haven't already, please subscribe to my newsletter and to my blog and to my podcast. Talk business. Don't be mistaken. Starting a business is hard. Talk business work, okay? But with such a dedicated, smart, and sensible financial/business coach, you can gain tools and tips to make that success a little easier. Hello friends, if you're just meeting me, my name is Coach Bree. I am an accountant, but I take on many roles, okay? I am currently serving under a multi-billion-dollar company as a corporate business transformation and compliance manager, which I love. I'm also a small business owner, right? Also a blogger and of course a coach. So girl is busy. I will give you tips to help you flourish, and there's only one rule when you're dealing with Bree. Progress on over perfection. Do not be hard on yourself. We don't have any doubts over here. We are motivational. We are positive thinking future business owners. Because you know what? In the beginning of starting to have a business, you may not be a multi-million-dollar business owner. And that's okay, because you know what? If I can get you started and we can talk about some things and you can start making $10 a day extra, you just learned success, my friend. A win is a win. A win is a win. And, you know, starting a business is hard, and we all fall into business different ways. You know, did you just have a dream one day and you imagined you were going to be a business owner? Your family business owners, and now you're trying to branch and get your, do your own thing? Were you like me? So here's some encouragement, and here's the first business idea. Okay. I got into college. I initially got into college to earn my bachelor's in mathematics. I love math. I love numbers. I really do. But I had quickly changed majors within about a year. When I became a sophomore, I was like, okay, I love the math. I think I want to switch. So I started to obtain my bachelor's in accounting. Focused on business classes and some finance classes. That has intertwined and made me this math, accounting, business, finance guru, right? So while I was in college, I started entrepreneurship, and I started that when I was a freshman in college. And this was a particularly hard time in my life. One of those things that contributed to that was that I had lost an entire stream of income. Okay, which is a big deal to me because I am definitely a multiple streams of income type girl. Absolutely. So during this time, I needed money. In my mind, I needed money quickly, and I don't like to be even a week without. I don't like to see my numbers, my income fall at all. So I was frantic, and I was like, you know what? I need to get into something to try to get that extra stream of income back. Now, let me go ahead and say it. Everyone is different. Everybody defines success in their own way. Everybody is their only way. But when I landed in business, I never looked back. Everyone is different, and here's mine, right? Here's my story. I stayed up endless nights studying and searching for work. And believe me, when I say that the job market was on its last leg, the pinky toe was hanging off, okay? And it was nearly impossible for me to find even part-time work. So I had to make funds, right? So I began doing a little side hustle that was doing pay per click type work. And I'm not here to downplay that, because at one point I did make an extra $800 a month on that type of work. But that type of work also has its good months and its bad months. I try to avoid work where the good months and the bad months is either make or break you. So whereas 2 months I made $800, but then giving the same amount of effort in other months, I'm only getting a $40 deposit. That is like a make or break. That's too big of a fluctuation in income for me. So while I did this work, I began to started saving $30 per week, because I had already said in my mind, hey, I desire more than this, and I need to make something out of something. Okay. And so I saved $30 a week for the next month. Okay. I did research. I talked to my educational peers. I did what I had to do to try to boost my income dramatically. Okay. So what I did, I took $120, okay, and I said, you know what? I'm about to invest this $120 into something. Okay. Mind you, I was and is a super busy parent, student. So at the time, I needed something that didn't take too much time away from my family and my other responsibilities and my spa days and things like that. So I needed something to fit my lifestyle. Ended up finding the perfect thing. I decided to start flipping unsold merchandise. Yes, y'all. Retail, resale. I ended up buying an extra large box of unsellable items from a large retailer. At the time, that retailer was Target. Okay. And first box was $110. And then I took $10 and I went on a distributor's website and I bought a bunch of like poly bags, so that when I did have to ship things, my customer wasn't getting like a garbage bag full of clothes. So overall, that's how the $120 was invested. When I first had got the box, it was a bunch of random things in there. Like I had a winter sweater, but then I had 3 two-piece bikinis. I had headbands, but I also had a full business suit in there. So it was super random, and it was a bunch of clothes. That's what I had chose, attire. So there was enough items in there that I was able to start one of my very first businesses. Okay. I started an e-commerce store, and I started just putting all of my inventory on my e-commerce store. Okay. Sweet Bree Boutique, what I named it. super sweet girl. Everyone who talks to me says, "You're so sweet." So I was like, okay, Sweet Bree Boutique. And I'm telling y'all, it was enough stuff that I had enough to put on my e-commerce store and fill my store up. Okay, not to mention, people were coming in person on if they lived in my area. I delivered, and it started doing wonders for me, and it started moving quicker than I suspected. I fell in love with that idea, and to this day, Sweet Bree Boutique does still, I still have items that I get from large retailers, and I just put in filler items, aside from the things that I create myself, like my skincare line and things like that. Okay. But there's so many ideas when it comes to retail resale because, like I said, you can sell to your neighbors. You know, every person you talk to, mention yourself, and you could literally, if Target had this in their possession at one time, and this was their inventory at one time, that means it's something that's sellable. It's just unsellable for a reason, such as one of the bathing suits was off season. It was winter time, so Target had bathing suits in that bundle. But the reality is, those bathing suits still sell because next year it's time to be beach ready again. And there's places that never get cold, that never experience a winter, that you could sell to. So, retail resale was that first thing, especially in college, that got me like, oh wow, it doesn't take much work. I can still study, I can still focus on my schoolwork and my family and all the things I want to do, and log in every now and then. Not even every now and then, maybe every day, but it sells itself. And so that was a good investment for me, and I continue to invest. I spent $120 on that box, and I sold every item in my very first box and made $450. A win is a win off of one box. One box. Yes, so it was definitely a win. Okay, now I'm going to tell on myself. Even though that was a great thing, and I was like, oh wow, I just made 4 times the amount that I paid for this box. I felt doubtful. I don't know. I remember still feeling like, oh wow, it took me a month and a half, nearly 2 months to sell all the items. But I did sell them, but I wish I would have spun it more quickly. That's when I taught myself something I always tell my clients, peers: progress over perfection. I had to keep telling myself, progress over perfection, right? And I'm not ashamed to admit that I did, get discouraged. But after I taught myself progress over perfection, I didn't get discouraged. Because when you're first starting a business, or this can be a side hustle, this can really be for anything. But especially in business, it's hard to look at successful businesses and say, oh wow, I want to be successful, and then you're only doing it for 2 months and you're like, I'm not a millionaire yet. When the reality is, those things take time. Most of those companies started somewhere. They still started somewhere, and they didn't make as much as they made now. And it takes work, and it takes effort, and it takes commitment. Okay. And now I don't ever look at millions of these and compare. But I'm here to tell you again, if you put in that effort, you set goals, and you push through, and you hit that next checkpoint, you will have success. Because maybe everyone's different, right? Like, maybe you're only wanting to make an extra $20,000 a year to, I don't know, pay for your kids' college. Or maybe you only want an extra $20,000 a year so you can go to Dubai next year. Or maybe you're trying to spin this to be a 4, 5, 6 facility business. You got to start somewhere. Wherever you're starting and wherever you're wanting to go, Coach Bree is here for you, because I'm going to talk you into the biggest idea you could possibly think of anyway. I feel like it's better that way. Because if you don't ever think big, you'll never know what your potential is. So, let's get some potential. Remember, a small business can include tradespeople, services, professional work. No matter what type of small business you choose to pursue, you have to take inventory of your mindset right now, your capabilities. If you're scared to fly, it's probably not a good idea to say you want to start a business. It's on a plane. So take thought of your capabilities right now. You've never been skiing? Please don't start selling ski instructions tomorrow. You're going to get someone hurt, right? And vice versa. You wouldn't give medical advice if you wasn't a doctor, right? So, same thing with business. Take thought of your capabilities. What are you capable of today? What experience do you have? Did you turn a business into that experience? What skills do you have? Did you turn those skills into a business? I bet you could. If you said no, I bet you could. Remember, everyone finds success in their own way. Everyone defines what success looks like to them. The day that you allow someone to just find success for you, you have just lost, my friend. If you start making $1,000 a month, you're absolutely going to have people telling you, that ain't enough money. That's da-da-da-da. Don't ever allow someone who gave up on their dreams to talk you out of yours, honey. Ooh, because let me tell you, the very first ones who try to talk you out of your dreams is the ones who gave up on theirs. Deal with business all day, every day. And on my rest day, which is Sunday, I still have a small client base. I will have people who've never done business, never even had a job, tell me that a business idea I'm thinking of, or an event I'm wanting to hold, or a group class isn't going to be successful. If I was to listen, I would give up on my dreams just like they did, and then we would be just two dreamless people. And I deal with that by going ahead with my dreams and showing them that success can happen even for them. It's a saying that says, burden of truth, or the burden of proof. Let me be the burden of your proof. Let the truth sit in front of you. Okay. Now, with that, everyone's goals are different. Maybe you're wanting this side hustle. Maybe you're only wanting a side hustle to make an extra $200 a month. Or maybe you're needing $2,000 a week. So, gotta remember though, all the different points in our life. And you should take this information to help build where you are as of right now. There's multiple business ideas, because business can be defined as a person or group owning something they do often. That's how I like to think of, right? Because business can be a person's occupation, their profession, or a trade. Okay. So, I'm here to motivate you to get out there, get on the main street, make your skill a business, make your profession a business, make your trade a business. Especially if you're successful. If you already a plumber, you've been a plumber for 5 years and you've been working for Barrick Plumbing, what's stopping you from having your own plumbing business and hiring some employees? You the mastermind. It's business. I had a friend who left our company that he and I was working on. He was the tech guy. And he left our company to start his own computer tech fixing. He can fix security systems. He can fix cameras. And he outpaces what he made at our company. Yeah. That's them skills and them professions and them trades putting you into that business mode, okay? So, here's another idea. Cleaning and organizing. Cleaning and organizing is such a slept on business, okay? I had somebody tell me cleaning and organized don't work because they can just do that themselves. A lot of stuff you can just do yourself, but you'd rather pay somebody because we don't know everything. Reach out if you need help. If you get sick, you break your leg, you don't say, "Oh, I'm a YouTube it on how to make a cask." You're gonna go to a doctor. So same thing. That's that. Don't let them people talk. Don't let them people talk you out your position. Okay. But the beauty of cleaning and organizing, and being able to provide service in small business, you have the ability to create variations and terms on what you can provide. So maybe you want to start super small. Maybe you're needing to start super small. Maybe you can start organizing storage spaces and garages. To me, just off firsthand thinking about it, you probably wouldn't even need much to get started on something like that. Right? Except for maybe a broom and some trash bags. Okay? Because whatever you water, it grows. You know? So whatever you water grows. Whatever energy, whatever you put your energy into, it flourishes. That's just anything, right? What if you start growing that business? What if you start watering that thought? Right? Organizing and cleaning takes skill, but some things don't take much skill. So cleaning and organizing is one of those businesses that you can get into and learn as you go. And grow as you grow. Another great paying cleaning service is business cleaning. See, because businesses need to make an impression on employees, clients, customers. Businesses invest in this service. Even within accounting, cleaning is a common business expense that I see. You them accountant tips. You can also claim cleaning on your taxes. So cleaning is a win-win. Okay? And businesses are going to see the value in that. Me as a mom, though, I see the value in someone cleaning me as a service anyway. So that's one of those businesses that it's a need for it. And it's a need in different things because what one person may need cleaned, somebody else needs something totally different. So it's beauty in the cleaning niche. Okay. Business to business cleaning can rake in substantial income too. And that business is set to grow quickly because businesses are growing quickly. Okay. And depending on where you're located, you can clean office spaces, you can clean building windows, you can pressure wash parking lots and sidewalks, you can clean livestock areas, you can clean the grounds, and so much more. So here's some encouragement. I have a business client. We began together and a big idea. I am the queen of business ideas. So the long-term goal was for my client to own a successful cleaning business with 20 employees, 10 company trucks. I love the big ideas. Acting as his coach, though, we broke that up into smaller, short-term goals based on what his current assets could allow. We brainstormed and applied realistic numbers and created a plan. The business was still started as cleaning services, but we had to make and start so much smaller than what this client anticipated. I mean, so much smaller. I almost, he almost slipped out of my fingers. He was like, "What? No." But he believed in me because I motivated him to think progress over perfection. Don't think about how small you're starting. We just want to think about where we want to be and get there. When you're driving a car, you don't say, "Oh, the store is that far over there." You're like, "I'm going to the store." Yep. I love that Ty took my advice. He began with scrubbing driveways as a side hustle. With oil spills from cars, debris, and animal droppings, there was a need for this type of work. Okay. And let me tell you, Ty started with less than 10 items. Okay. The biggest purchases was his industrial, what do they call it? An industrial deck broom, okay, trash bags, and a water hose. And industrial cleaners, like for the oil spills and things like that. Okay. Because I do his books, I know that Ty spent less than $100 on cleaning supplies. On these supplies to get started. So I had to keep talking to Ty, like, stop thinking about you spent $100. Think about this as an asset because it makes you money, right? You're going to use this to bring value to your company. Kept with it. And Ty needed a very quick return on his investment. Because $100, and that's $100 was $100. Okay. So, but while he gained skills, because mind you, he had never done work like this, he just kind of randomly threw, "Okay, well, I'll scrub driveways," and I made him stick to that. Okay, and just to get out on the main street and just to get quick clients and things, he charged much less than what someone in the local area would charge for this type of work. He started by charging $25 a driveway. Okay. And I told Ty, $25 is good. I don't recommend charging less than, you want to go to where you can get your money back in a month. For Ty. So let's remember, everyone's different. Equipment is different depending on your business. So for Ty, let's try to make your money back in a month. With charging $25, Ty would only need to get 4 driveways done in that month. He only had enough availability to weekend work. So I said, "Okay, Ty, you got 4 weeks. You got a client a week." Okay. First, it took a little bit of footwork because starting a business is not like easy. Okay. It takes work, and so that was that work he put in. And we got him on the main street. We did a little bit of ads and word to mouth, and every person he started with, because he didn't have a budget for advertising. So he had to use free advertising. Telling his neighbors, walking up and down his parents' street, telling his parents to tell others, telling his friends to tell others. I'm gonna forever, if you're Coach Bree's client, I'm gonna free advertise for you, of course. I'm gonna give that word to mouth. So to my nice clients. But all my clients are nice, so I put that effort in, and I'm telling you, Ty came out on top. Then Ty's first 2 weeks, And I don't like to look at bi-weekly numbers for business. Again, every business is different, but for Ty, I kind of just wanted 30-day cycle of looking at his income. But within for his first 2 weeks, Ty had made his money back on supplies, and he just was like, "No." The goal was a month, and I said, "A win is a win. You take those wins where you take them," and it was wonderful. Okay. Within 30-day cycle of Ty receiving account receivables, meaning I did your work, you paid me, I received that money to my account, whether that was cash app, all those types of payment services. From looking at his books, he had made 3 times the amount that he spent on supplies. Because what happens when you do a good job? Within the first 2 weeks, Ty did weekend work Saturday and Sunday. He was able to get one client each of those days. Those clients told their friends. And then before the month had even ended, Ty had to double up on some days. He was even considering doing Friday work. So he knew that his success was starting to success. Okay? And it was wonderful. Because me being me, talked Ty into investing. I said, no, what are you doing? Because he said, I want to make these shirts for my company. I said, I love that for you, but let's invest in some better equipment. I remember him saying, I'm going to always take you to the bigger idea. Yes, Ty. So I remember I had to sit him down we had a client and coach brunch. And I had to sit him down. And I said, let's invest. And we looked together, and it was something called like a light pressure washer, or a electric light duty pressure washer. And it was $250. So Ty is sitting here, and he's looking at the $300 I'm showing him that he made. And he's like, you want me to spend all my hard work back? I said, absolutely. I said, because if $100 worth of supplies got you 3 times the amount, what can something that'll help you work quicker, faster, and a cleaner look, what it'll get you? He put his faith in me. Okay. Within another 30 days, he had another 3-time revenue. So I'll keep count and give you a little insight to his books. He made $750 off of just upgrading from his little broom, his deck broom, to a pressure washer. Why? Because he could work quicker. He can do more houses. He also could charge more because he has a pressure washer now. Pressure washer almost makes things look absolutely new. That word started to get around quick about Ty, and he started to flourish quicker than he expected. Okay. So, could cleaning services be your niche? Do you have some experience in cleaning services? Even if you don't, though, what could you do? Could you start organizing and removing junk from garage spaces or stir spaces? Maybe you just want to start out every weekend like Ty did. I have paid $50 before for someone to remove things from my storage area. Could you just start charging $50 for junk removal? then a month you could be making profit, which is goal that I try to help obtain. Everybody's different. Everybody's work ethic's different. So please don't come to Coach Bree and think that you're going to watch movies all day and eat pizza and a business is going to flourish for you. No, absolutely not. You put in work. And you put in effort. But the thing is, most people who do business, who knows about business, you know what's to come. It's that progress over perfection. You know what's to come. So, just thinking, right? In cleaning services, could you start targeting restaurants? Could you spray and clean industrial trash cans or degrease vents and floors? This type of work could easily bring you in an extra $500 or more a month as just a part-time business. What could you do with an extra $500 a month?